Greetings duelists and welcome to another video. So this is going to be deck report week number 10 of season 3. I am doing an earlier one this week because usually I have 2 to 4 locals each week that I attend to, and whenever I try to showcase a deck for the week, I try to take it to at least 2 local events throughout the week. I only played this on one event, which was on Thursday, but after I show the deck profile, I will explain in further detail why I am only doing one profile for one local with this deck. But yeah, without further ado, let's begin. So I piloted Centur-ion, but it's not the Centur-ion deck that you're used to seeing. I'll just showcase the list. So you have the 3 Primera, the 3 Trudea, the Gargoyle, and the Yatri. That doesn't change. This is all standard Centur-ion stuff. You have the Bestial package. Fun fact, there was one person that topped our regionals that did not play Lubellion. They only played the other Bestials. In the OCG, the Malice deck, if you've been tuning into this channel, you already know that I already showcased and talked about the Malice archetype. A lot of them are playing multiple, they're playing like the 3 to 4 Bestials, because Druidform is limited in the OCG. And they're not playing Lubellion, but there are some builds that are playing Lubellion with the rest of the Bestials. Some lists don't play Saronier at all. But yeah, I still like the 8 Bestials, and in this particular build, more Bestials makes a lot more sense than in regular Centur-ion. And then we have 2 Veilers, 1 Ogre, 1 Crow, and 1 Nibiru. I am not playing Ash Blossom in the main. I am playing it in the side deck. There are not that many other hand traps. The reason why there is not that many of the standard hand traps, you won't see 3 Imperm on this list. You won't see 3 Nibiru. You won't see 3 Veiler. The reason you don't see that many is because this is a different Centur-ion build. We're playing what is called Turn-0 Centur-ion, and by that I mean 3 Hop Ear Squadron, the Noble Knight of Shieldbearer, 3 Rescue Ace Impulse, and the Fire Attacker. So what is this package? So essentially the goal is you want to open Hop Ear Squadron with either Fire Attacker or with one of your Bestials. Just have a pair between Hop-Eared with one of these 2. And then on your opponent's first turn, your goal is either make Primera Primus or Safer Lord Omega. Some other builds play Axel Stardust Dragon, and what they do is they end on Satellite Warrior for popping 3 cards. I opted not to do that. What I opted is going for Primera Primus and Omega. Primera Primus is really good because not only does it pop 1 card, but it also grabs you your Emblema, which is pretty much your best Centur-ion starter. So essentially you have a starter and an extender, and you have this free Centur-ion body in your graveyard in case your opponent tries to do anything against your plays. You can just reborn back the Primera Primus. But yeah, that was the goal of the deck. So you're probably wondering, how often did I resolve this combo? I only resolved this combo twice in the entire event yesterday. It was never with Fire Attacker. It was always with a Bestial. There is one game I also resolved it with Atri, and Atri can treat itself as a non-tuner for a Synchro. So I essentially ended on making Silvera of the White Forest, which ended up being an interruption for multiple monsters. So that's what the Hop Ear Squadron was good for. Uh, so the Noble has a Chill Bear. This card is also really cool because not only does it get you to Hop Ear Squadron, but it has synergy with Bestials. It has synergy with the Branded Regained. It is a level 4 light monster, so you can use it to make your Primera Primus and your Omega with it. You can also make your Centur-ion synchros with this card. So, yeah, this was a really cool package. Would I play this again? I don't think so. I will talk about that a little bit further. So that's it for the monsters. Spell cards. 3 stand up, 3 oath. The 1 terraforming. These are the Centur-ion starters. Like, you should be playing all of this if you're playing Centur-ion. The 1 bonds and the 1 branded regained. A lot of people don't like bonds, and I really don't get it. Like, I like bonds way more than Wake Up Centur-ion. I think Wake Up Centur-ion is just a way worse card than bonds. I understand this card is a brick, but like, there are a lot of situations where this card actually does pull through. So yeah, I don't regret this choice. And then the last 2 cards are 1 Phalanx, and the last card is I'm playing the Apophis. Apophis also works with the Hop Ear Squadron because this is level 6. This also works with the Silvera because Silvera is a level 6 tuner. This did come up. Stay tuned in the EJ Gaming channel. There will be 2 feature matches with me playing this deck, and you will see that in one game I did resolve both Apophis and Silvera, and then did the synchro summon with both of them. So yeah, that's one play that it's very known in this deck. So that's the main deck. It was exactly 40 cards. Extra deck, you already saw the Silvera, you already saw the 2 Primus, and you already saw the Omega. For links, I'm playing Artemis, IP, Rabbit, and SP. Rabbit is there because of the Apophis. So you typically try to make this as part of your end board. And Sword Soul, Dispater, Chaos Angel, these are the level 10s. Legatia, Auxilla, Crimson Dragon, and Blazar. I only summon Blazar 1 time the entire event. Like, you usually don't get to that card. If you do end up getting to Blazar, you are already winning the game. Side deck, 3 Ash, the 2nd Crow, the 3rd Veiler, triple Cosmic. I'm playing Shared Ride. I really like Shared Ride in this deck specifically. Duster and D-Barrier. So let's talk about why I profile in this deck right now. The reason I'm doing this profile now and not doing it after another locals is because I'm probably going to be scrapping Centur-ion. The issue is not the build itself. I think the Hop Ear package is very cute. You don't need to play it. But I will say this. This card did not lose me any game. My record in locals was X1. I lost the very last round to Kashtira. And my loss to Kashtira pretty much showed me the weakness behind this deck. And the problem is, this deck is really not that good going second. Like, if Kashtira builds their full board, you need at least 1 board breaker in order to make it work. And I did not draw any board breakers last game. I literally opened redundant Centur-ion hands. And that's the big issue I have with this deck. Like, there are so many Centur-ion cards that you have to play in this deck. Like, there's no way you can play less than 3 emblema. There's no way you can play less than 3 field spell, and like the terraforming. Like if you start playing with less copies of this, you will brick. Like Centur-ion is not known, like is known for having a lot of brick cards. Like for example, the Auxiliary is a brick card. If you don't have emblema set up, Atri is a dead card. I don't mind opening this card. This card is fine. But Centur-ion Bonds is not a good opener. And my biggest issue is Trudea. Like, Trudea is a starter. However, my big issue with Trudea is that Trudea is so vulnerable to so many cards. Like, Veiler, Imperm, Ghost Ogre, like all those cards really destroy this. Like they all cook this card. Primera is a way better normal summon, and even then you kinda like don't want Primera to be your normal summon, unless you know it's gonna be resolving. The point I'm trying to bring is there is one reason I did not play this card, like this deck at my regionals, and it's because we're in a format where a lot of people are just going to be stopping you with non-engine on the spot. So you need to be playing a deck that is super resilient, and Centur-ion is not one of them. Centur-ion is good around playing around a lot of cards. As a mid-range strategy, Centur-ion is excellent. Centur-ion can play a lot of really good non-engine as well, a good amount. So that is something that contributes to Centur-ion. But I really don't know. Like every time I play Centur-ion, I feel like I'm always at the edge of my seat whether or not a card is resolving. And I know one way to do it is to play hybrids, but the problem with playing hybrids is like you're making your engine weaker into certain cards, which is one of the things that make Centur-ion like very favorable for a lot of people to be playing it to begin with. So yeah, my next deck profile is probably not going to be Centur-ion. It's probably going to be another deck, and but this was a really good showcase. Again, I ended X1 at my locals, so the deck did do well for its intended purpose. However, the way I was losing my games were the ways that I did not want to lose my games. Like, I understand losing to like your opponent having better advantage than you, but losing because of the deck's natural fragile factor is something that I just not comfortable with. But yeah, I hope you found this informative to your liking and understanding. More videos coming soon. Keep practicing and keep dueling.